A model lesson plan for teaching subtraction to students in grades 1 to 3. Lesson topic: Subtraction, grade level 1-3. Objectives. Objectives: students will understand the concept of subtraction as taking away. Students will solve basic subtraction problems using manipulatives and number sentences. Students will recognize the relationship between addition and subtraction. Materials: whiteboard and markers, counters or small objects, for example blocks, buttons, number line, flashcards with subtraction problems, subtraction worksheet. Lesson plan: Introduction 5 minutes. Introduce the concept of subtraction as taking away or finding the difference. Use simple language and examples, such as, if you have 5 apples and you eat 2, how many do you have left? Write the corresponding subtraction sentence on the board, for example, 5 minus 2 equals 3. Direct instruction 10 minutes. Demonstrate subtraction using counters or small objects. For example, start with 7 counters, take away 3, and count how many are left. Use a number line to show subtraction as moving backward. For example, start at 9, move back for spaces, and see where you land. Emphasize the connection between subtraction and addition by showing that 9 to 4 equals 5 is related to 5 plus 4 equals 9. Guided practice 10 minutes. Distribute flashcards with basic subtraction problems, for example, 6 minus 2, 8 minus 3. Have students work in pairs or small groups to solve the problems using counters or the number line. Ask students to take turns explaining their thinking and showing how they arrived at the answer. Independent practice 10 minutes. Provide a worksheet with subtraction problems. The worksheet might include simple subtraction problems, for example, 10 minus 2, 5 minus 1, word problems that involve subtraction. A section where students can draw objects to represent subtraction problems. Assessment: observe students during guided practice to assess their understanding of subtraction. Review the completed worksheets to check for accuracy and comprehension. Extension: challenge students to solve subtraction problems with larger numbers or to explore the concept of borrowing in subtraction for older students. Introduce a simple subtraction game or interactive activity that reinforces the concept. Provide opportunities for students to create their own subtraction problems and solve them with a partner. Special note: you can adjust the lesson based on the specific needs of your students and the time available. This structure should help guide young learners through the basics of subtraction in an engaging and interactive way. That sentence means that the lesson plan provided is a general guide, and you can modify or adapt it to better fit your students' abilities, learning styles, and the amount of time you have for the lesson. For example, adjusting for specific needs. If your students are struggling with subtraction, you might spend more time on the introduction and direct instruction, using simpler examples. If they are advanced, you could introduce more complex problems or move to more challenging concepts like borrowing and subtraction, adjusting for time. If you have a shorter class period, you might focus only on the most essential parts of the lesson, like the introduction and direct instruction. If you have more time, you could add extra activities or spend more time on guided and independent practice. The goal is to make sure the lesson fits the unique situation in your classroom and keeps students engaged and learning effectively.